Her scream never came, because Jamal's hand was already clamped over her mouth, dragging her down behind the table. To everyone watching, it looked like an attack. But just feet away, a knife glinted in a stranger's hand. He had saved her life in a single breath. What no one in that cafeteria knew yet was this: minutes earlier, the same girl had humiliated him, spitting words that cut deeper than any blade. The cafeteria was loud until one voice cut through. "Don't touch me, you don't belong here." Rachel's words echoed, her blonde hair flipping as every head turned. Jamal, a black student in the same crisp uniform, froze mid-step. He had only tried to steady her, but now the room boiled with whispers. Some smirked, others stared, waiting for his shame. Rachel leaned in, eyes sharp. "People like you shouldn't even be at this school." The words landed like a slap, and silence followed, heavy, suffocating. Jamal's chest tightened as the laughter rippled. No one spoke for him. Even the teacher on duty glanced over, then looked away. The isolation pressed like a weight on his shoulders. He dropped into a chair, his backpack sliding to the floor, its strap frayed and almost tearing, a tiny detail that drew a snicker from Rachel's friend. "Figures. Can't even afford a decent bag." The words stung sharper than the eyes fixed on him. He tried to focus on the food in front of him, but his stomach clenched too tight to eat. Around him, the circle of silence grew, every conversation shifting to avoid him. It felt like the walls of the cafeteria were closing in. Rachel smirked, tossing her designer pen across the table. "Face it, Jamal, this place was never meant for you." His fists curled under the table. For a second, he thought of shouting back, but what would it change? The truth was, no one believed his side of the story. And that was when he noticed, just behind Rachel, near the doorway, a shadow moved. A man in a hoodie slipped inside, something metallic glinting in his hand. "What would you do if this happened to you?" The metal flashed again under the fluorescent lights, a knife. Jamal's heart pounded. No one else saw it. Rachel was still laughing, oblivious, while the stranger moved closer with slow, deliberate steps. Jamal stood so fast his chair screeched against the floor. "Sit down," Rachel hissed, mistaking his panic for defiance. "What are you going to do, scare me? That's all you people know." Her words cut deeper than the stares now burning into his skin. He couldn't shout. If she turned around, the blade would be at her throat. He had only seconds. Instinct overrode fear. Jamal lunged forward, clapping his hand over Rachel's mouth and yanking her behind the lunch table. Gasps exploded across the cafeteria. To everyone watching, it looked like an attack. "He's grabbing her," someone shouted. Rachel thrashed, muffled cries against his palm. Her friends bolted up, screaming. The teacher rushed forward, eyes wide with horror. Jamal locked eyes with the stranger, who had now frozen at the sudden commotion, knife still in hand. For a terrifying moment, Jamal felt the weight of every accusation crushing him, the image of the violent black kid everyone already believed. Then the blade slipped into full view, catching the light for all to see. Screams erupted. The truth, sharp and undeniable, shattered the room. The cafeteria broke into chaos. Students scrambled, tables overturned. A security officer burst in, tackling the armed intruder before he could move another step. The knife clattered across the tiles. Rachel stumbled free, her face pale, realizing Jamal's grip had shielded her, not harmed her. The whispers that once condemned him now turned into stunned silence. The teacher's voice trembled. He saved her. Rachel's eyes filled with shame, the weight of her own words pressing back on her. Jamal released a long breath, shoulders still tense, but he never gloated. He simply looked at her, steady and calm. "Next time," he said quietly, "judge me by what I do, not by how I look." The room hung still, his words cutting deeper than any accusation. Rachel lowered her head, unable to meet his eyes. For the first time, The school saw Jamal not as an outsider, but as the boy who had risked everything to save a life.